Hey folks, Ray from DCRainmaker.com here. Today I've got the newest trainer to hit the 2017 season, which is the new KICKR SNAP. Now, like last year's KICKR full-on trainer, the direct drive one, this one right here, Wahoo hasn't officially changed the name of it. This one, I mean, technically the SKU is different and stuff, but this one is still just called the KICKR SNAP. They're kind of pulling like an Apple iPad sort of thing, but I'm just going to call it the 2017 KICKR SNAP or the KICKR SNAP 2. I'll use both those interchangeably just to maximize confusion, just like Wahoo's doing with not changing the name. Now, there are exactly 3 things that have changed on the KICKR SNAP. And it's kind of funny actually. So these 3 things are really like 2 things plus 2 half things, which make a third. In fact, if you look at the box of the KICKR SNAP itself, right down there, you'll notice that it's got like 2 items there, and then there's an empty spot for a third, like they couldn't decide. So the first one there is improved accuracy, and this is honestly the most important one there is. They've improved the accuracy from plus or minus 5% down to plus or minus 3%. And that was really the Achilles heel of the KICKR SNAP in the past, that it was at plus or minus 5%, so it wasn't super accurate compared to something like the full-on KICKR trainer or even some of the other options in that $1,000 plus. But at that $599 price point, which this maintains as well, it's a pretty good deal. Like, it wasn't bad. Now at plus or minus 3%, that's easily the best in that sub $600 price point. So that's solid. The next item on here is the new LED status indicators. So like we saw last year with the full-on KICKR from KICKR 1 to KICKR 2, there wasn't a lot of major changes, and that's the same thing here as well. These are more minor changes, and so in the case of the KICKR, they added the LED status indicators. In the case of the KICKR SNAP over here, they did the same. So here's the KICKR SNAP 2, and here's the KICKR SNAP 1. They look almost identical. Like if you look at them from the front on, the only difference you'll be able to tell is this little status indicator right there showing connectivity for AMP Plus as well as Bluetooth Smart and just power. Really simple stuff. There's also a slight difference in the sticker that's down here in the corner there. That's the product ID sticker, but otherwise they are externally identical. But there are 2 half changes that are worthwhile noting. Number 1 is that Wahoo said they've improved some of the power matching capabilities of the KICKR SNAP, so there's more power meters are supported there compared to the past. And then 2, they've also changed some of the manufacturing. In fact, that's why if you looked over the last couple months, you couldn't even buy the original KICKR SNAP. From roughly like April-ish onwards, maybe even March-ish, they went out of stock. And the reason is that Wahoo actually started retooling their manufacturing process, and as part of that, increased some of the tolerances for the flywheel portion there in that the rolling piece that your wheel goes on. Those are our new items. And that's it. Like, this isn't a huge update. This is a minor thing, but I think it's good to put it to the test. So what I'm going to do is first remember one more thing which I noticed in the unboxing. So the old KICKR SNAP used to have a sticker package in it. I don't normally care about stickers. I think I'm not a person that brands stuff. I don't like stickers on my laptop and stuff. If you do, that's totally cool, but for me, I don't want people to think like I'm, you know what I mean. So anyways, this had the stickers in there. What I would do with these stickers though is to actually put them on the power cables, so I knew which power cable went to which trainer. Now admittedly, this is a problem for me where I have trainers surrounding me and I need to make sure they're the right ones, because there may or may not have been an issue last spring or summer which may have killed a trainer. So I put these stickers on there now. There's no stickers in the new KICKR SNAP box. So instead, I made my own sticker. What I did is I took the front of the manual and I simply cut off the front of the quick start guide and I taped it onto the power cable, which gave me my own nifty little sticker for my power cable, so I hopefully will not kill any more trainers this season. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the trainer. As you might notice, you do have the power cable you have to plug in. In case you're wondering, by the way, the KICKR and the KICKR SNAP share the same power cable, so if you have one or the other, you can mix and match. So you do have to plug power in for the KICKR SNAP. So I'm gonna get this all plugged in, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do a bit of a ride through Zwift and see how the accuracy looks after the fact and see if it's any better. Light down. So this is a good time to point out that my light fell. But 2, more importantly, this is a wheel-on trainer. And this is really one of the core things that separates the KICKR SNAP from the KICKR. So with the KICKR here, you take off your rear wheel. So you can see like this over on the the Elite Dorito, which came out just last week. that there's no rear wheel on it. So the rear wheel is missing. I've taken it off and I put the trainer directly on, or sorry, I put the bike directly on the trainer. Here though, with the KICKR Snap, I leave my rear wheel on and put that on there. There are pros and cons to that. With this design here, I don't take my rear wheel off, which for some bikes, like my triathlon bike that's sitting over there, it's a Cervelo that has a dropout that's kind of funky. That's a pain in the ass. Whereas for this road bike, it's super simple. It's easy to pop on and off. So putting on a direct drive trainer, because that tends to give me less slippage issues. With the wheel-on trainers, sometimes you have slippage at really high wattage or sprints. It shouldn't be that way, but the reality is sometimes that happens. Slippage is impossible on a direct drive trainer because there's no wheel to slip. So something to keep in mind there. Next, as you saw there, I went ahead and plugged this trainer in. Here's that power cable with my little sticker by myself. It does come with a wheel block, so it's kind of cool in the package itself. You will find that right here, kicked out of the way. I like to use it. I like just the fact that it keeps my wheel facing forward. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and get my stand all set up over here and get the Zwift ready to go, and then we'll jump on and start. Okay, we are now ready to roll. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the pairing process real quick on this trainer. To Zwift, to show you how it works over Bluetooth Smart. It's basically the same across all apps, whether it's Trainer Road or Kino Map or Sufferfest. You fill in the blank, it's all kind of the same. I'm also gonna show you the status indicators, and then we're gonna start riding. Here we are on Zwift. I'm gonna go ahead and it found my heart rate. This is actually the TICKR heart rate strap I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna go down to the options there for controllable trainers, and I will see the KICKR Snap. That is via Bluetooth Smart, little icon right there, as opposed to Amp Plus, because it is the iPad. And then up here, I'll validate my power source is also the KICKR Snap, so I'll check that as well. And now I'm ready to go. A cadence, it does not actually come now with a cadence pod. It used to in the past. It doesn't do that anymore either. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kick on my bike here and find something on board to use. So I'll choose one of these other power meters. I'll just choose the stages for now. It's fine. At this point, I'm ready to go. You'll look down here and you'll see the Bluetooth Smart LED is lit up as blue right there. It even just blinked hello for you. Amp Plus is always transmitting, so that's why it's lit up as well. But that's basically it. This is pretty much as simple as it gets. I am ready to go. I can click let's go here and I can start my course and it'll be off and rolling. Okay, so here we are all spun up and happy. I'm cruising along at 19.9 miles an hour, so 20 miles an hour. I'm gonna let you hear what this sounds like. I've talked a lot about this in videos in the past. Sound is recording sound and testing sound. There's a million ways you can screw it up, and a million ways I can make it sound higher or lower. I can just change gearing. The faster you go, the louder it is. Has nothing to do with wattage. So I'm at 20 miles an hour, a big ring up front, a couple cogs in the back up. And right now, if I stop talking, you'll see what it is. The yellow means it is below 70 decibels. Kind of what I consider the norm for trainers. So you can see it's staying on green except when I start talking, which means it's below 70 decibels. But again, that's only like a meter away, so it's really going to vary a lot. It can vary on microphone, all sorts of stuff. It's not a great test, but it shows you at least in the ballpark of where we are for sound. Now, I'm going to actually go for real.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love, true to love. Ooh, I love it.
Okay, so there we go, my first half an hour ride. Overall, pretty good. I mean, road feel felt fine for a wheel-on trainer. I've talked about road feel a lot in the past. You know, at the end of the day, I'm still facing this wall, so you can only like feel so much. The acceleration or deceleration isn't quite the same as the KICKR there, or the Taxonio, or anything else that costs a lot more money, but it's not bad. It's pretty good for this particular price range. Accuracy, let's talk about accuracy. So, accuracy. Now, This video has actually been a long time in the making. I started off, the plan was to do like a one-day video, and this has spiraled into like a 2-week long thing. So now I'm 2 weeks later from when I started this video, and I think I finally got a hold of accuracy. Let me show you what I mean. So when I first started off here, I did this zip drive that you saw right there on the trainer, and at first glance, things look all right. You're like, ah, it's not too bad. But then when I zoom in here on these different segments, like this one right here, these sprints, what you see is the Snap went ahead and overestimated power by about 100 watts, even 130 watts in some cases. I look at the different sections right here, and it's way, way, way over, too far. So not really good. So I went back to Wahoo. We went back and forth a bunch of times trying to figure out what was going on there. I did a ton of calibrations. I did advanced roll downs. I did regular roll downs. I did tire pressure changes. We had some beta firmware involved, more time, and now I am again 2 weeks later. I got new beta firmware last night that I think solves it. So I did another Zwift ride, just kind of a shorter one because things were mostly pretty good in steady state. It was really just these hard sprints, these nearly 1,000 watt, 900 watt sprints that caused the issue. And so if we look at that data now, this data here, you'll see it's much, much better now. You see all three power meters are in the same ballpark. Again, you're going to see differences on sprints, especially 1 second power at these absolute peaks there. But the KICKR SNAP and the Power to Max NG are within a few watts in some cases for these different numbers there. Really, really close, within a few percent, which is what I would expect. Also, keep in mind they're measuring different spots. The Snap is down here. The Power to Max NG and the Power Tap P1 pedals are up there, so you're going to get drivetrain losses. That's a couple percent as well. So I'm all right with this. I think things are good now with the new beta firmware. It's not yet released to production, so it's going to be a little more time, but at least I'm seeing good things, and hopefully that'll be out soon. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is with the DCR analyzer. I'll link to it down below. You can make your own graphs, do your own stuff. Cool stuff there. So where do we sit with the overall Snap V2 2017 model? Not too bad. I think they've done some good stuff here. I think they decreased the accuracy or increased it, however you want to phrase it, from plus or minus 5% down to plus or minus 3%. That basically bests everyone else in this category, in that price point, that $600 price point, $599, $600. So that's really good. The status lights are a nice touch, and the fact that they have the power meter power matching capability is really solid. There's no other company out there right now in the trainer market doing that in their power meters or in their trainers by themselves. You can use third-party apps like TrainerRow can do that, and Perf Pro can do that, and I think even Zwift can do it now as well. So those are all things that if you use those other apps, it probably won't matter as much. But if you're using apps beyond that, then that might actually matter to you. But again, really solid stuff here. About the only thing where this trainer is beat is on the max incline, and that's by the Cyclops Magnus trainer, which goes to plus or minus 15% as opposed to plus or minus 10%. So things to keep in mind. Again, this is just a first look. Expect my full in-depth review sometime in mid-late August now because it's mid-late July. Also, check out the full post I have down below in the description there with plenty more information about this trainer. All the links to these power data sets right here as well that you want to look to or look through if you'd like to, and plenty more goodness. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel down below, as well as hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And also that little ding-dong button in the corner there with the bell. That means that you'll get notified the second a video comes out, just like this one. Have a good one.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.